Hey guys and gals, now we're here from Drakewing Gaming, and somebody on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today we're coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Violet Memoir, Oscar's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Not that I blame him. There are a lot of rumors that spread around the team. It's hard to keep a secret around here. I'm guessing Conrad had a few that spread around too. That makes the grin evaporate and breaks that veil of apathy as he lets out a sigh, suddenly looking much more perturbed than he did prior. Shouldn't put too much stock into rumors. They have a habit of rarely being true. But they're sometimes true, right? And I have a feeling you already know what you're asking for. This time, my Oscar's turn to shrug, and I feel like I'm being left out of a secret conversation they're having. Wilf's attention has been stolen away from me entirely and doesn't look pleased by this. I don't really know anything for certain, just a few hunches, you know? That looks to be enough to either satisfy or from the groan he makes annoy him into submission as he returns his focus back to me, tuning out Oscar from the looks of it. Is he always like this? Actually, he's being more reserved than normal. I never understand what people see in guys like that, but maybe you have your reasons. I have a feeling you wouldn't admit them anyway. Well, I know you weren't close, but what did you know about Conrad? Same as what you've already heard. He barely talked to anyone that wasn't Nathan and never went anywhere with us. We barely knew anything about him. That does beg the question. Why are you asking me this? Nathan would know much more than me, and I already know you two made up, so why the interrogation? Unless something Selwyn said intrigues you? That's a little dangerous of you. I knew you had a bad taste, but I didn't realize it was this bad. Look over to Oscar, hoping to see him intervene, but he looks just as curious as Wilf did, as if he didn't already know why we were here. It's not like that. We were just checking to see if anyone else heard things. I don't buy it. You would have talked to Carter if you just wanted another perspective. Conrad might not have been friends with anyone else on the team, but Carter's persistent. The two of them were friendly enough. And I get the feeling you know that already, so let's cut this little charade. It's growing boring. I like games, but make them interesting at least. Or add some stakes. We're not doing that. Why not? Worried things might not go your way. I'm always down for fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm not that dumb. You're trying to bait someone as trusting as Wallace into making a deal that doesn't benefit him. This is where I'd feign innocence about how this totally benefited him, but we both know that's not going to work, so I'll save us the effort. The final huff, Wilf leans his elbows on the table, once again causing his shirt to hang down, revealing most of his excessively toned body. I only look for a moment, but it's enough to make my eyes light up again, and danger alarms blare in my head. Wilf might be very attractive, but everything about him screams bad idea. Not that I had any intention of going there anyway. As much as we are going slow and unlabeled, Oscar is still the one with all my interest now. Something on my face must have clued Wilf into this as well, because he rolls his eyes, losing interest once more. God, get on with it. What do you need? Just tell me and I'll give you a straight answer. I only have so much time to waste if you're not going to entertain me. We wanted to know if maybe Conrad said something to you that he might not have felt comfortable telling Nathan. Maybe he confided something in you. I have to ask again, why would he ask me? I'm not often called very approachable. He flashes his sharp white fangs again, and I can feel the air getting chillier. I didn't know weasels could have fangs that sharp. Mine are nowhere near as intense as his. Actually, I think you might be the best candidate, maybe. You're not really close to him like Nathan. You're not someone close enough that it might cause issues like Carter. But you were close enough to be pulled into Nathan's friend group anyway, so maybe he saw you as someone close enough he could confide in, but not too close, if that makes sense. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of guessing at this point. By your own logic, Ryan would be more likely. After all, he'd be just as close and much nicer than me. I think you're nice, just a little scary. I mean, you came and helped us out when Nathan was angry at Oscar. I was asked to help. It was alright, it was hardly for your sake. Plus, someone needs to smack Nathan back to earth sometimes. God knows the others are too nice to do it. Well, still, you did help him calm down, and I don't think we could have done it without you. He grumbles as he runs a paw through the fur on his head, ruining their slick, combed aesthetic. He doesn't look upset, more uncomfortable? Ugh, you really are just like him, aren't you? Fine, I'll talk. Really? Don't get your hopes up. I'm not giving away any details. Just that, yeah, I did talk to Conrad sometimes. Was it about a secret he was keeping from Nathan? He lets out a dark chuckle that returns that predatory smile, his sharp fangs sliding out once more. You can say that, though it would be more accurate to say that he was hiding it from everyone. Everyone? Well, maybe not everyone. I doubt his little friend was in the dark. She seemed to be more active around here than he was. Funny that, isn't it? But what was he hiding? Telling you wouldn't be any fun, now would it? So you're not going to tell us? I think you can figure it out. I bet your otter friend here has a few ideas. After all, he has his hunches. But Oscar doesn't raise to his bait, only replying with a simple shrug and flashes his own grin that only leaves Wilf looking bored once again. There's a part of me that's curious to see how he interact with Lucas, but a significantly larger part of me is screaming how that's an awful idea and I should keep the two of them as far from each other as possible. Anyway, I'm done for the day. He doesn't wait for us to say anything as he shoves himself off his seat. He starts walking away, and that should be the end of it, but he stops next to me and leans down to whisper into my ear. It's free real estate. Whatever you did to that one is fascinating. He's different from before. Maybe one day I'll be the one asking questions and poking around in that little head of yours. Huh? But for now, I've lost interest. Feel free to meet me again. Maybe I've figured it out by then. But keep the bodyguard at home next time. He's getting in my way. He whispers that so close to my ear that I can feel his breath through my fur, and it's enough to make me shiver and lean away. Much to his amusement, the rumbling of his chuckle is deep enough to make my eardrums tingle. You're away? But he doesn't answer, just struts away as if he didn't exist. From the massive grin I can barely make out, he looks awfully proud of himself. Second hill, water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Okay. Oh. Sorry about that. Alright, there we go. Oscar doesn't look too concerned with him. If anything, he's more interested in how I'm doing. I've managed to maintain my composure for most of that encounter, but the end of it left me a little more frazzled than before. You okay, man? You're a bit shaken up. I'm okay. Just felt like we didn't learn anything important. I'm not so sure about that. I think we learned a lot, actually. What do you mean? We know that Conrad was keeping secrets from Nathan and would even talk to someone like Wilf. That tells us that it's something he's ashamed of. So he was worried it might get out, so he told someone he thought wouldn't tell anyone? Why tell anyone at all? It's more likely that Wilf figured it out and confronted him. Why would he confront him? Who knows? Maybe he was trying to blackmail him. We can't be certain yet, so there's no need to sweat it. Don't worry about it, little dude. Just be happy we got something at all. It could have been a total dead end, you know? Yeah, you're right. Thanks. No sweat, man. Do you want to go head over to the library? Maybe we could find the others. Maybe we could just relax for the rest of the day. I'm kind of exhausted. Careful saying that around here. I bet if Wilf heard he'd offer to give you some training. What? He's got some interest in you, man. I know you see it. I'm guessing you're not interested. That seems like a bad idea. Oh yeah, that probably wouldn't go well. I bet someone would kick my butt if I let that happen. Plus, I have someone else to focus on right now. Alright, yeah, I guess you do. Is that too far? Nah, man, it's okay, just weird. Sorry, I'll try to tone it down. Don't do that. I think it's really cute when you do that. I just need to get over this myself. Just be patient with me, you know? Of course. That's what I wanted to hear. Now, let's get out of here. If I stay around here too much, I'm going to be tempted to by the pool, and Coach would probably get pissed. Now that he mentions it, I didn't really notice, but he hasn't been going to the pool as much as he had been at the start of the week. He was always talking about it before, and I guess things have just been too busy for him. That's probably it, but I can't help but feel like it's something more than that. It's probably not important. I should just try to relax. For a day that was supposed to be a recovery from last night, this ended up getting a lot more eventful than we planned. The rest of the day was relatively tame, but I couldn't have asked for more. I've had more excitement this last week than I've had for the entirety of my high school life, especially after last night. After our encounter with Wilf, things were a little awkward for a bit. I think having someone directly call him out had an effect on Oscar. It was minor, but I noticed he started to keep his distance again. He didn't seem upset, nor did he try to avoid me, but it felt like bringing attention to what's going on between us brought it back to the forefront of his mind. There's been a lot more thinking today than either of us expected. But the rest of the day was spent in relative peace, and it turned to night before either of us knew it. I'm just lucky Oscar knew the area around my apartment building well enough to suggest food. Now it's night, and I'm waiting for Oscar to finish his shower. Everything feels like an eerie repeat of yesterday, and I think Oscar's noticed as well. He was quieter than usual when he left for the shower, and he's been gone for a long time. He could just be taking his time, but I just know it's because he's nervous too. I've been lying in the bed, unable to focus on doing any work on my laptop, so I've surrendered myself to just spinning Helena's diary between my hands, thinking about everything we've learned. There's so much we don't know and could learn just from reading this, but everyone's pretty firm about me taking a break. Even Oscar wasn't a fan of it. But how much could it turn? Just a diary, after all. Right? I didn't believe myself, not after all these dreams and finding that page there, but it's hard to know what to believe. My completely derailed train of thought is rescued by the arrival of Oscar, who, despite everything that happened last night, still has no shame about coming in with no shirt on. Oh, that's good tea. Put a little bit of strawberry whipped cream on top of that whipped tea. Whipped tea. Tea! Whipped... God, what the fuck is whipped tea? Jesus. I mean, maybe whipped cream that's flavored like green tea, maybe? But that sounds fucking god-awful. Oh, well, there's probably a market for it. There's a market for everything. It's nice to know not everything's changed. You okay, man? You look like you're about to pop a brain cell. Yeah, just thinking about today. Not stressing, man. We can just deal with it tomorrow. Still, there's just so much we don't know. Hey! Oscar slips the diary out of my hand and places it on the bedside table. He sits down on the bed next to me. His large weight causes the bed to sink and my body to slide down against him. The moment our bodies touch, I can feel his body go stiff against me, but he doesn't move away, and after a few seconds, he returns back to normal. Sorry, let me just... I try to adjust myself so I can move away, but it's hard without making more contact with Oscar, though he quickly puts a stop to my flailing. Hey, man, it's okay. You don't have to move away. I'm fine. Are you sure? I really don't mind. It's fine. You don't gotta worry about me. I mean, look at me. Do I look like the kind of guy who'd let a guy touching him get him down? I know his bravado is trying to put me at ease, but it's only making me more worried about him. He's just trying to ignore everything he's feeling again. Sorry, this isn't what I'm used to. I've never had to do anything like this before. I don't know what I need to do. There's nothing we need to do. We'll just take our time and figure stuff out. Take it slow. That's a little easier said than done. I have no idea where I'd even start, and I'm pretty sure I'm the one with all the experience, so no offense. Well, I had one idea. Oh, do tell. You just leave me in suspense. Well, I thought that maybe you could sleep with me tonight? I don't know, man. Last time it didn't go particularly great. I don't think we should try that again just yet. But if you want to try it, I don't mind. You're the boss. I'm gonna pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!